So I'm starting with the Micron pen as an outline, and I'm going to use this just to define the detail. I'm not going to outline every single piece of it, just kind of pulling out the detail. Now, I can tell from my outline that my outline did bleed a little bit, but I'm not getting nervous. I'm just going around the bleed, because everything can be fixed or smoothed out. And you'll notice when you start to work on heads that are this small, you don't need as much detail as when we were doing the larger heads. So it's really taking the head and synthesizing it, making it so much smaller, bless you, so much smaller than you really needed to do. And as I'm doing this, I'm just going to add a little glow, and a very, very good pencil to create like a glow with the suntan skin is a color called vermilion or light vermilion. I'm using an orange, but the vermilion, I think this one is vermilion, pale vermilion. This is a very, very good kind of, it gives the skin a nice glow. All right, so now as I continue, now notice also, center front is nailed, center front. The belly button from the waist lined up to the center front detail. So everything has to be in accordance with the cylindrical perspective rules and the lining up rules. So that we want to keep. And the best way of doing this is going from side to side. And what's very nice is to sometimes leave a little bit of white around the figure. So it creates almost like a highlight glow there. Bring the body back into motion. And don't worry so about the outline. In other words, you can go a little bit more in and out of the outline, kind of has more of a free hand it will take. Now, when they're wearing sandals, it's nice to be able to draw the toes. Let me show you how to draw the toes. You're drawing the little baby toes and then a big toe. And then, so that it shows, big toe has more polish on it than the little toe, and they taper down. And you don't have to even put all 5 of them on it. You just put a few of those toes, and it has the sense of the toes. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm actually thinking about redrawing this while I'm doing it, correcting or taking away the bleed if I have to take away the bleed. And here I'm just going to put like maybe 3 toes there. It's enough. So you don't need 7, you know? Now this foot is in front of this, so it needs it's enough of an outline. Okay, so we're almost done now. Now, if I want to, see if I can get this color. Want to create a little more dimension in the draping here. So I'm going to take a darker color of that. And I'll tell you what would be great to have, but I don't have it, but I'm kind of doing it anyway. It's great to have a number 2 warm gray or number 3 warm gray, because they give you kind of like a shadow for warm colors. And it's a very, very nice quality shadow. Another thing that you can do just overall if you want a nice shadow color is you can use a number 1 or number 2 cool gray just to give you a general shadow color that has a little more depth to it as well. This blending with the color I just put down will be okay, but it's not as good as the warm gray that I mentioned to you. So I'm just putting this in just to give it a little bit, and I'm going to add it a little bit to the garment, to the side of the garment, a little bit under the arm here. See, it even makes a nice skin shadow, this color. But if I want to, these have the vermilion as a skin shadow. Okay, so it has a little more of a glow. I could put this in, but I'll show you. I'll put the vermilion in so you can see what that looks like. So this has more of a pinkish look to it. And where are you going to put it? Maybe the clavicle bone here, a little bit here where around the breast part to show the cleavage. Shadows should go on the underneath part of the body, like here, here, and especially on the standing leg, which holds the weight of the body. A little bit here. Not even. Basically, that's it. Now, if I want to show a little shine in the garment, I can. Let me just put a little shadow of this little cool gray here. If you put your shine near the shadow, it will give it a little bit of a shimmer. But you don't need a lot in these small designs because it gets too overworked. So you want to keep it very, very simple and clean. I want to pull that out a little bit. Yeah. Any questions? Anybody have any? It's kind of nice to just add a little bit of the color of your swims. Even if this was blue, it would be nice to add it to the hair to give it, to bring the tone up to the hair. So if you want to, feel free to use these gel pens. If you have small areas like chains or jewelry or anything like that, and you need like a fine line to define that.